Well, 2020 seems to be establishing itself as a year of disappointment. I think you can sense the frustration, almost the despondency around our nation. I was talking to some people the other day about how they feel about this second lockdown, and I think for many people the first lockdown was full of fear and uncertainty, but now there's just this sense of frustration. And I guess we'll feel that sense of frustration, that sense of despondency in all sorts of areas of our lives. It'll impact our work, it'll impact our home, our relationships, and therefore it will impact us spiritually. We're spiritual beings. I guess for many of us, that sense of despondency will mean that as we come to think of God, as we come to think about church, we'll feel flat. We feel flat in every part of our lives, and we'll feel flat in our worship of God. It's worth thinking, if we feel frustrated in every other area of life, how is this going to impact our spiritual life? Maybe we've not given up on God. We just don't feel particularly excited about our faith at the moment. Now, I'm conscious that it may be that you're listening to this and you're coming from the other angle. Maybe you're not a Christian. Maybe you've been distant from God in the last few years. And actually right now, as you feel that frustration in the rest of life, well, you're longing to find God again, to find a faith that is exciting for you, to find a sense of fulfillment. And whichever angle we're coming from, I think what we all long for is a faith at the heart, a faith that is energetic, a faith that energizes us, that drags us out of this sense of despondency and malaise. Well, over the next 5 Sundays at St. Stephen's, we're going to look at the Old Testament book of Malachi. And Malachi is really a call to an energetic, spiritual faith of the heart. It seems as if the background to the book of Malachi is that God's people had been in exile in Babylon, and they've returned to Jerusalem. And they've got about rebuilding it, but everything is just a bit disappointing. The temple is smaller than it used to be. The walls don't look that great. The harvest is failing. Things are hard economically. They're still ruled by a foreign power. And everything just feels flat. And that feeds through into their worship. So that they still turn up to the temple. They haven't given up on God. They're still there. They still go through the motions. They still do their bit. But their heart isn't in it. And the book of Malachi is written to a people who are despondent, to call them to an energetic faith of the heart. And as such, I think it's a great book for us at the end of 2020. So please join us the next 5 Sundays. We will be on Zoom initially. As soon as we're allowed back into the church building, we'll be there. And we'll be thinking about how God calls us to a faith that will impact not just our minds, not just our actions, but the very depths of our heart. Do join us. It'll be great to have you with us.